Hello and welcome to O Books page 1. The title we'll be looking inside today is A Conversation with an Atheist by Daniel Mckenzie. Let's face it, God is an awkward topic for most Westerners. God is rarely spoken of outside a house of worship, and rarely among friends or even family. As a society, we are more comfortable discussing our sex life than we are God. On the rare occasion the G word does slip out, our knee-jerk reaction is to shuffle, duck and dodge. In short, God is now a private affair, best kept to oneself in fear of offending the neighbours. But God's unpopularity doesn't end there. According to a Gallup poll, in 2020, just 47% of US adults belong to a church, synagogue or mosque. This was the first time in the history of the poll that membership had dropped below 50%, which is remarkable considering that just 22 years earlier, the number of US adults affiliated with a church, synagogue or mosque was almost 75%. Growing up Catholic in the 70s and 80s, I was taught that God was to be respected, even feared. Pressured by my parents to attend catechism, I was fed God and Jesus stories in the hopes that they would somehow, through osmosis, instill some virtue in me. Looking back, I remember very little of my catechism due to a lack of interest in what can only be described as a seething anger for being force-fed religious doctrine. Even back then, I had no interest in joining the flock. It was my mother's idea that I should go to catechism, and my scientist father's understanding that if I didn't, we'd both be in the doghouse. Mum was a strict practicing Catholic who had been educated by nuns in a small Midwestern Canadian town. Unfortunately, the nuns had instilled in her at a young age a strong sense of guilt. Once married and advised by a priest against using any birth control, my parents had 4 children, which was more than they could handle given their second having special needs. Nevertheless, in spite of the constant tension at home, we somehow always made it to Mass on Sundays. Afterwards, we would reward ourselves for withstanding exactly 60 minutes of mind-numbing vapidity with the sugar-high, pure bliss of glazed donuts. God, indeed, was good. If you would like to continue through this book, it is available on our online store, or alternatively, you can ask your local bookstores to order it in for you. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for future content, and we'll see you next time.